everyone. It's just from my stay-at-home adventures, and it has taken me like 5 times to just create an intro because of my kids. 2 hour delay, and I have a kid that's sick from school. So if you see the kid wandering behind here, there you go. This is my home adventure. So today's video, I am going to talk about. Last week, I made a video about my top 3 personal financial struggles. And this week, I want to talk to you about my financial struggles when I had children. Some of the top 3 struggles that I had. Um, and it's due because of my personal struggles, I guess you can say. So it's linked together. So I run a site called stayathomeadventures.com, and I talk about money, gardening, and recipes. And it's based on helping moms or stay-at-home dads create their home adventures on a budget they can afford. Budgeting for me is very important. It allowed me to quit my job and become a stay-at-home mom. The transitioning from stay-at-home mom was not what I thought it was going to be, so I made it my own. And I decided to just write about it, and here I am. So the reason I want to talk to you about struggling financially when you have a baby, it's because I went through it. And I'm just going to be honest here. I had my first child at the age of 21. And on the previous video, I have confessed that I never made a budget. I didn't know what a budget was until my 30s. So one thing that I grew up with was the saying that you have to give your kids everything. I'm Hispanic, and in our culture, believe it or not, whether you like it or not, um, sometimes we kind of have a broke mindset. We dress our kids name brand, we overbuy on things. And that's why I kind of grew up, and my daughter, at that time, I spend money on my kid. So I'm just going to give you my top 3 financial struggles. I already share a few right now, but anyway. Of course, number 1 was budgeting. I didn't budget at all. And when I had my child, I barely had any money to buy formula. So there you have it. I made a huge mistake not budgeting for my child. I had everything you can have for my kid, and she came just like that. And I was in the actually, I had in a midwife. I didn't have my daughter in the hospital. It was in a midwife center, and we were really broke. Seriously, like we didn't have a lot of money. So not budgeting for my child because I didn't budget affected me. And that led to health insurance. When you have a child, um, you were going from a single person, let's say a family, 2 persons, to a family. And even though I had her in a midwife, it was more affordable than having in a hospital. But the cost of insurance, it double. And if you're not used to, if you don't make plans for things like that, it affects you. So you can say that not budgeting and not planning accordingly, um, actually, it was a struggle for us financially. Um, One thing I want to say is that when I wrote a post about 10 items or 10 things I wasted money on, and one of the top comments was passing judgment on me saying that I waste money on my kids. Like, that is the worst thing that you can do as a parent. Like, you can't say I waste money. Or even now, we have 3 other children, so we have total 4. We still hear the comments that I buy my kids everything because the assumption that we don't buy our kids what they want makes us a bad parent. The assumption that buying more stuff, the more money you spend on your kid, the better parent you are. It's insane. And if anyone is telling you this, let's just move on. So that was like my first number 1 struggle was not budgeting, not planning for my kid. So then came the healthcare issue, which skyrocketed and then affected our finances. And that came with healthcare, and it also affected us with childcare because you had to pay someone. If I was working at that time too, to pay for childcare. So not planning, not budgeting was a financial struggle when I had my kids. And it just, I'm brutally honest. I'm just telling you what I went through. Then came number two for me was following trends. I follow trends. Like I said before, I bought clothes for my kid. I bought diaper genies. I bought useless stuff that really I I'm ashamed to say it, but I never used or I stopped using the first time because it just made things more complicated. I um bottle warmers, diaper caddies. I even bought baby food processors that cost like $100. Instead of using the food processor I already had, high tech baby monitors. I bought um DVDs to make my kids smart. I did that too. I bought fancy beddings, you name it, I bought it. Um, and I'm ashamed to say it, but I did. And I completely wasted, I'm going to say, thousands of dollars on baby items just because I wanted it to feel like I was providing for my child, which is just a bad thing to do. The other thing that I did when I had my child, I overspent. And if you had not watched the video before, I am an emotional spender. So when I had the baby, I had more reason to spend money and to go shopping. So having a child for me trigger more shopping and more spending because now I have a baby and I was happy, or if I needed something, I just get. So basically, it all adds together. I was not budgeting or planning, and I was following trends because I needed to have the high tech, you know, baby monitor. I also needed, you know, expensive car seats, which you should buy always a good quality car seat. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I overdid it with mine. I went over my I couldn't afford the stuff that I bought, basically is what I'm saying, which I know there's other things that you should buy on, that you should actually spend money on. And one good quality will be car seat. But I will buy, let's say, a $600 car seat when it's a good high quality that can do the job car seat for $100. That's what I'm saying. And then buying everything. I bought a newborn. She didn't have Nike shoes, Jordans. I sure did. I bought that. That was a waste of money. That was a complete waste of money. Sorry to say it, but it's the truth. So there you have my top struggles I did financially when I had my baby. I basically letting everything out because I just want you guys to know that I am not perfect. I was never perfect, and I learned from my mistakes, right? And if you're having a baby, or if you know, if you have been through my situation, share in the comments because it's a journey. I seriously, I sit now at the age of 43, and I look back at my 21-year-old self, and I'm like, oh my Lord, the things that I have learned. And 4 kids later, I get wiser. I guess first time parent, but if I would say that if this happened when I had the first child, right? But I kind of did it again on my second child 12 years later. So it's not like I learned from the first time, right? So anyway, that's all I have, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, let me know. I will also link post where I talk about the 10 items to avoid buying when you have a baby, which resulted in like nasty emails because I said that I wasted money on the babies. I will make a video next week, and I hope you like this video. Bye.